remember what the segment's called, but
he's having
Here you go. What were you going to say? What sort of year was it, Em?
Apparently your reply was, mate, do you know who I am? Em had a sip of that stupid water bottle for the 6th week in a row.
Oh, mate, yeah, with a straight face. Can Cracker smile?
Righto, welcome back. It's another episode of the Better Down Back podcast. And we've got quite a special guest on today. We've been trying to get him for a few weeks, but he's got a busy schedule. We got big Brucey Reid over here. Murph, how are you? Excited to be on?
Yeah, very keen.
Yep.
Highlight of the week, definitely.
Yeah, no, I doubt that's the case. But we've actually got quite a bit of news and stuff to get off our chests about you from doing a bit of background research. But is there anything you want to get off your chest for us?
Good.
Is there anything?
Yeah, just recently signed an extension to end of 2029. So, yeah, very excited about that.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Major exclusive episode. You heard it here first on the podcast.
Best info at this podcast.
I can't wait to get stuck into you now because it means you can't go anywhere. So 5 years, more years in total, 4, 5, what is it? I don't know.
Sort it out,
He's
mate.
lost for words,
I
in
don't
fact.
know. I don't know. These blokes just sign 10-year deals all the time now, so he's probably, but we're absolutely
No, it's
keen to have you
incredible.
hanging around, mate. You're a fan
Thanks,
favourite. You're also a favourite in the change rooms of a lot of lads. We sort of hang a bit of crap on Murph a bit, and he bites pretty hard at times, so this could be a good little episode.
Perfect. Can't wait.
No, try not to bite too hard here. I don't know what I'm in for.
How does it feel? Like, is this an easy decision? Was this an easy decision for you to sign with Freo?
Yeah, 100%. Ever since I've got here, everyone's just wrapped their arms around me. The boys have been great. Clarky said, they give me a bit of stick, but I love it. I've been able to transition so easily. Wouldn't make it any harder.
No. Kudos to you, mate. You've done all the work. So.
What a club.
What a club.
What a club.
What a club.
Do you remember that? When he got his debut and his dad come out and all the boys get stuck into him. It's great.
Can we clip that edit?
Wow, kudos. What a club.
Oh, my God.
What a player. But, in your short time at the club, mate, what have you absolutely loved about it? What's been the biggest thing that you've thoroughly enjoyed?
I can't take him seriously.
No, don't.
Probably just getting to know the boys and letting them know. Andy, he was great for me when I moved over, and he really introduced me to all the lads. And living with him was a bit interesting, but he was great taking me under his wing, and probably just getting to know all the fellas. The connection's great here at the club. The culture's great, so that's probably a highlight, making new mates and stuff like that.
And it's pretty amazing having such a young playing group alongside you as well. Like, the future is obviously so bright. What do you think your personal goals are going to be in the years to come, playing with these lads?
Yeah, just, I don't know, win a premiership, I guess. Like, as you said, such a young and exciting group. There's a fair bit of pressure that gets put on us at times. And, you look at the youngest and stuff like that, I think we're the youngest team in the comp at the moment. So, it's pretty exciting to see where we're going and how well we're going at the moment. So, I'm sure there's very exciting things to come, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
And no plans on a move back to Victoria because you've signed with us. So you're stuck.
Yeah, he's an integral part now. He's part of the furniture, as we like to say. What has surprised you?
What is this smile? Do you love that? He loves his wit more than anyone else.
You need to get to know this bloke a little bit more. Cheeky. No, I'm trying to be serious now. Em. Switch on. You got to go soon, so we've got to get this going.
All right, lock in.
But what has surprised you the most since you've joined an AFL environment?
Probably just all the work behind the scenes, like all the meetings and stuff like that. Obviously, in the come up, you don't really get to experience like so much oppo review and all that vision and stuff like that. So, probably just getting used to that. Like, we have almost one a day now, so sometimes they can get a bit long, but just getting used to that. Some of the boys love writing stuff down, and some boys like Clarky don't write anything down, so it's just finding the way I like it, and that's probably been the main thing.
And what is that? Now that you've been here, you've played all your games since your debut.
Yeah.
How do you go about the oppo analysis?
I like to probably for the first meeting just write some stuff down. It makes me, otherwise I'll just be daydreaming a fair bit, but I feel like that helps me engage as well, because sometimes I can just go away with the fairies a little bit, but actually sit next to your brother, so sometimes it's a bit hard to focus. But
counting fairies together.
I was going to say inattentive plus.
I tell you what, there's a lot of doodling that goes on in that piece of paper, but I try to write as much as I can
Yeah.
down because I can take in the information a bit better then. So yeah.
All right, love it.
And he did touch on going away with the Fairies. He has got another nickname amongst the playing group, and it's called Casuals.
Okay.
That's because he never gets out of first gear. He always just looks like the most casual bloke ever. When
You're
you're
giving
out
that, like nonchalant is the new word that's everywhere. You're very nonchalant, Murph.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to get that nickname from the forwards coach.
Perfect.
And then, now it's stuck. Big Vossi liked to run with it. And then I've got whole variations of Jules, Casuals, Casuals. It's all, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the nickname, but yeah, we just take it in the stride.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do you get that from your mum or your dad, personality-wise?
Oh, definitely not Dad. He's very straight line.
He's
serious,
passionate.
but
What a
he's
club.
yeah, kudos.
Yeah.
Nah, probably more mum. She's a bit
Yeah,
more laid
cool.
back and loves the way she goes about it.
Well, we definitely will talk about your mum a bit later in this podcast, but for now we are going to get into our first segment called Anchors in Action.
Hey, put on your Superman coat, boy. It's Wolfie time. Let's go. You
Now, Jules, this is our segment where we're putting a bit of spotlight on someone around the club who's a bit of an unsung hero. Probably doesn't get enough credit. A staff member, a player, whoever. Do you have one off the top of your mind, or you need a couple of seconds to think?
No, I could probably go. Charlie Nichols.
Yep.
Good mate of mine, so looking after him, and I got drafted with him. So, he's a bit of an unsung hero. He did a stress fracture in his back to start his time here, so spent a fair bit of time out, maybe not 6 months, but 4 months, I reckon.
Just put May on it, it's fine.
Yeah, 6 months.
Sounds better.
So it was, pretty tough moving over from Adelaide and then getting injured straight away and being away from the boys. He found that a bit tough, and the way he's come back and attacked it, and now he's kicked back-to-back weeks with 2 post goals in the waffle. So,
Awesome.
just the way he's attacked it, coming back from his
We
injury, I
love
reckon.
celebrating our rehabbers. That's
Yeah.
a great start. George, do you have one?
Oh, I do. I'm going to go for Harry Garland, our stoppage coach. Do a bit of work with H, and he makes my life a lot easier in particular. But
Because Jordan has actually attended one centre bounce this year, so
Yeah,
he's
he'll-
Sorry,
yeah.
you're wrong too. I went for my second one on the weekend.
Sorry, second centre bounce, so
Yeah.
he does a lot of
Yeah.
stoppage work
Yeah,
here.
yeah, so
Got to get his extras done.
yeah, but no. In all seriousness, H is he just makes my life a lot easier. I can go to him, and he's already got the clips painted up, ready for me to go.
Love
and
it.
Just helps me, and a lot of others just have everything ready to go for the weekend, and we're across the plans. So I'll give H a big pump up.
Love it. And I'm going to go with Max Duffy. He is our kicking specialist coach as well as a co-forwards coach in our team, and he just puts in the extras and is at every single training session here early doing what we call deadly time, which is our touch before we start. Brought in the iPad to do like the kicking analysis with us girls, which was all off his own back. And last week he actually had a box with his friends at the Essendon game, but instead he came to our training session first and then was late for your game. So just shows his dedication and commitment. We love that, Maxie.
Well, I'm glad. Good on Maxi, but also, Em, hopefully you're biting a few off through the corridor this year. I'd like to see it.
God, long down the line, 40-metre kick boundary because I get very stressed every time the ball's in my hand.
That's all right.
But yeah, no, he's helping, so that's good. No, I'm thinking some backs goals actually. Probably not for
Okay.
myself, but
No, that's fine.
the others.
No, we love back goals. But anyway, on to more about you now, Murph. Obviously, you touched on you started over here at the club and you lived with Andy and Liz, Lizzie being Andy's fiancée. Tell us what it's really like and what are the best and worst parts.
Oh God, he's in shambles.
How am I in shambles?
I just can't look at him. Sorry. Brett.
Okay.
He's got that poker face.
Yeah,
on.
I know. Continue. Sorry, Jordan.
Yeah, I'll take over. Living with them was great. Obviously coming over, I thought it was maybe going to be a little bit awkward. Didn't know much about Andy. Obviously knew he played for the same club as me. Came from around the same area, but didn't know him personally or anything like that.
He's a pretty terrible player, really.
Yeah, obviously knew he's quite a good player. I thought it maybe would have been a little bit awkward. But as soon as I got there, you see his big cheeky smile, and he didn't make it awkward at all. And sat down with them, and they talked me through what it was going to be like. And from then on, been good mates with him. And Liz was great. You know, she was always good. When we come home, she'd have nice meals ready. Andy's not too great in the kitchen. But yeah, just everything. She's really nice to be around. And yeah, they were both so good for me.
Well, I'm only hearing the best parts here.
I was just going.
Getting there. Okay, got it.
But yeah, that's a great segue. Then probably the worst part is Andy's a repulsive sweater. So go and sit on the couch or want to play on his PlayStation remote, be dripping with sweat. So we have to pick my areas on the couch and wouldn't want to share his PlayStation. We'd take turns in Call of Duty or something. No, he can just play that.
That's fantastic.
So that's probably one. And yeah, I can't really think of one for Liz. She was awesome. Had to put up with leaving my mess around and. They were awesome for me and really made my time easy with them.
Yeah.
Love it.
I actually got flashbacks to Andy then when we did a potty last year. He got up off the chair and there was 2 puddles from his feet.
Literally started calling him
sweat.
puddles.
Yeah, puddles.
Yeah,
But
it's
also,
not right.
he literally didn't wear shoes, so I'm kind of like, he didn't help himself there because he's barefoot at the podcast table
little bit cuckoo.
dripping.
Yeah.
Murph, you wear the number 16.
Yep.
Obviously, that is an iconic number at this football club. Did you know much about Dave Mundy prior to starting here?
Yeah, obviously knew he was a great player, knew he was the game's record holder and whatnot. But yeah, not being a Perth guy, not how, I guess, significant the number and what he means to the club to in full extent. So now I've obviously learnt all about it.
Good.
And it's such an honour to be wearing it. And if I can be half as good as what he was, I'll be happy with my result. So, so significant for me able to wear that jersey.
Did you choose the number as well? And then, obviously, is that how it works? I don't know how it works.
No, they just told me on the night.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much I just got a message from Joey, Big JB.
Love it.
Yeah, just told me I'll be wearing the number 16. It was great way to end the night.
Unreal. Well, we love Dave, so it's incredible.
Yeah, we do love Dave. And has he reached out to you? Have you had any conversations with him, if any?
Yeah, met him a couple of times. I did a little MC thing upstairs with him.
Cash?
No cash. No cash involved.
Don't need it with the big contracts coming.
Just getting involved with the crowd and fans upstairs. So he's a very nice guy and he's been good to me.
No, he's a ripper and he's certainly much loved by the Freo fans. But what else is much loved by the Freo fans is the headband you're rocking at the moment. And we'll touch on it later, or we can touch on it now.
I reckon touch on it now.
It's a headband, you've worn it in every bit of sport you've ever grown up playing, just because.
It's a little bit of mayo.
No, we've got a few photos here, actually.
A few photos, but
I know you would have got a photo of probably playing basketball with.
I'll show. Oh yeah, this is just sensational.
Oh,
It's the matching sweatpants.
I know.
That's just.
how many photos did she
Oh
send?
mate,
No.
she's gone back through the archives. I'm so sorry that I interrupted her work today.
You're gonna have to give her a buzz on the way home, I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a time period where I wanted to be like LeBron James and had to buy the Nike sweatband. And yeah, there was a period of time where I wore that before when I used to rock the buzz cut. So, but yeah, as the hair got a bit longer in about year 8, I reckon, started transitioning to the thin headband.
Yes.
And then since I got here, moved on to the thick one.
And a
So,
purple.
yeah,
You've
purple
changed
one.
up to a purple.
Yep.
It's a
it's
nice
a
touch.
bit of a change up. since I
Love
started.
it.
Yeah.
The evolution of the headband. What about the evolution? We've heard a bit about the nicknames, but how did we get called Bruce?
Yeah, well, it was the king of the nicknames, as he liked to call himself, Andy.
Yes.
And his old
Puddles.
man, his old man, Stixie, Mark Brayshaw. And yeah, as he told his family that I'll be moving in with him, they, for some reason, everyone in that family and whoever they know needs a nickname. And there's obviously an Ollie Murphy at the club, who's Murph. And there's a Liam Reedy at the club, who's Reedy, and my name's Murphy Reid. So
you can't have either.
And he's a big cricket man, his dad. So, there's a cricketer by the name of Bruce Reid that played for Australia, big tall bowler. And that's as simple as that. Bruce Reid. my
Big
last
tall
name's
bowler,
Reid.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started calling me Bruce, and it stuck very well. I was not expecting it to stick that well.
Yeah.
So, that's me, Bruce.
Love it.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, mate, we'll move on to the... Sorry, I'm just trying to read my sheet. We're going to to your footy journey now. So through the ranks, you started out playing footy for the South Melbourne districts, or is that a club? Is that a team?
Club, yeah, just local.
Yep.
Local club. Started there when I was pretty young, about 6 or 7. Just to walk across the road. There used to be Sydney Swans, so there's a little bit of connection there. But yeah, spent all my time there up until about under 15s, under 16s, and then started playing for the ones at school, and that sort of took a bit of priority, and then moved into Sandy Dragons. So
Cool.
And then went from there. So yeah, sort of three teams.
Well, you didn't just go from there. You obviously played for Vic Metro.
Yeah.
You also won a best and fairest and had All Australian honours.
Yeah.
So 3 probably quite important things that you missed out there. What was that like? And I guess, do you still have a connection with some of the players that you played with at Vic Metro? Are they playing AFL now as well?
Yeah.
Talk us through that.
Yeah, so obviously had a pretty good year last year, and got lucky enough to play for Vic Metro, and lucky enough to win a couple of awards and stuff like that. And yeah, so many boys. There's about 10 of us, maybe 12 of us from Sandy Dragons that played in that Vic Metro team.
Awesome.
So we were pretty stacked, and then I think all of those boys got lucky enough to get drafted. So
Wow.
a bit of a footy factory, they like to call it, down at Sandy Dragons.
Here we go.
Shout 'em out.
He's wheeled it out. Didn't
Shout 'em
take
out.
long, did it?
But yeah, I keep in contact with a lot of those boys now, and a fair few of them have played a couple games and doing pretty well as well. So yeah, it's really exciting to say.
Yep.
Love it.
And draft night then, taking in pick number 17.
Yeah.
Any inkling that Freo were going to take you?
Yeah.
And talk us through draft night, because it's different for everyone. And what was it like that whole day?
It's pretty weird day, to be honest. You're sort of sitting around all day. You get a few calls from your managers about, you sort of know where roughly you're going to go, and I had a bit of interest from a fair few clubs in probably the 8 to 12, 8 to 13, maybe 7 to 13 range. And yeah, my manager sort of said I'll be around
The
there.
cheek.
Manager was spot on by the looks.
But he also called me like probably near before I was going, and he said, yeah, Freo will take you if you're there.
Yep.
And I met with Freo probably 4 times as well, so I obviously knew they were pretty keen, and had a good connection with Wolsey and his crew, and so if I got there, I'd be getting picked by them, and as the night went on, I was starting to get a bit of puddles like Andy and start sweating a bit. I don't normally sweat too much as I kept going on, and then once I got to Freo, sort of already knew, but then on the night it's pretty weird. The cameras come before the pick even happens, and there are always about 5 of them that come in your face, and so you already know you're getting picked, so you're like sort of happy then, and then it's like 30 seconds later, then they call you name out. So it's a bit weird. It's a bit fabricated. But yeah, once it all happened, it was a bit of a roller coaster of a night. You get picked, and then you go away for an hour and a half, do media, can't go on your phone. You're talking to all these new people, like the Freo media team, meet JL.
Wow. Phone's blowing up.
Can't go see your friends and family. And then, finally get to do that, and then you can enjoy the night after that. And Freo looked after us and hired this restaurant room, and it was good to get to know them a bit.
Stunning.
And looked after my mates. My mates were loving it.
Beauty.
It turned out to be a great night.
So you were there with a few of your mates, and then your mum and dad as well, like surrounded by friends and family?
Yeah, I got to take, I think, about 15 people,
Wow.
friends and family. So I had my inner family, and I had about 6-7 mates, I reckon, and my girlfriend. So, it was a bit of a motley crew, but it was a good night.
Yep.
Love it. We obviously touched on your time at Freo a bit before, but I want to probably know more about midfielder normally, and then you've had to adjust this new forward role. How has that been? And you talked about the forward meetings before.
Yep.
Talk us through that process and how you've loved obviously working under your forwards coach and then fellow forward teammates as well.
Yeah, obviously it was pretty different at the start. Like for a fair few weeks of the pre-season, I was sort of just finding my way. Mm-hmm. Didn't really know where I sat or anything like that. And like in the forwards meetings, to be honest, I had no clue what they were talking about. And there's all these roles that we have, and like they would say them, and I just thought, and then sometimes I'd get picked to like move the roles, and I dread it every time because I just knew I had no idea, and it'd just be embarrassing. So, it definitely takes a while to sort of find your feet, and even when I played like the first couple games, I still didn't know where to go and stuff like that. So that's where it was great with my forwards coach Jamie Graham, and all the high half forwards that have taken me under their wing, like Rick, Michael Frederick,
Love
Sam
it.
Swikowski, Bolts, Shea Bolton, those boys who have, a bit more experience in that sort of field. And, they've all been great for me, help me transition from sort of being a midfielder to a half forwarder.
Yeah, it's actually funny you said you don't really know where you're sat, and it's in your first sort of pre-season, they kind of look after you a fair bit. And I remember seeing bits and pieces of you throughout the summer going, I don't know where he sits either because, our midfield's stacked. And then we played one scratch match, the first one of the summer. And he was best on ground by a mile, and I went, right, we got a kid who's a star.
He's a half forward.
Yeah, and I was like, I was just licking my lips because I was behind the ball. We're on the same team, and our team was towing him up and just watching him go to work, and I was just like starstruck.
Yeah, no,
That's incredible.
Yeah, well, as I said, when the whole pre-season, when we play little bits and pieces, like, I was so worried about, like, where I needed to be and what I needed to do to, like, I couldn't play my own game. And then, that day I sort of got put in, I was allowed to play a bit more midfield with Andy and Caleb, and, I was sort of getting a bit of the ball and, got my confidence up a little bit and played a bit more freely. And then, it's sort of from there, boys got around me a bit more and, encouraged me to be myself. And, it's been good.
Well, the confidence was certainly up because we want to talk about your debut game where you kicked 4 goals in the third quarter.
Yeah,
that is going down in history at this football club.
Yeah.
How was that game? Was everyone there supporting you? Talk us through what it actually felt like from your perspective.
Down at Geordie's old stomping grounds. Well, I had a fair few people there. I reckon I had about 25 people trek down the highway down to Geelong.
Yes.
So it was. I definitely needed to do something. I reckon I had one kick at half time. So I was sitting in the meetings at half time, just I've got all these people down here.
Had
And
the casuals on.
yeah, got all these people down here, and I've done absolutely nothing. And I was talking about I think I started half time off and started the third quarter off, and I was sitting next to Carl Wall, and I was like, shit, I haven't had a kick all day, and like it's debut, and got all these people down here, like I feel bad. And then like 5 minutes later, like, kick 4, and like I don't even know, but then I didn't get a kick again after that. So
you kicked it behind before you kicked your first
Yeah.
goal, didn't you? So
Yeah,
I
Hosel
just want to talk about that. He's gone back, and it wasn't a great shot on goal. So let's
Came
just
off my
talk. Can we
shin.
talk about the
Perfect.
nuts on you on the next shot to run up,
No,
balk the man
unreal.
on the mark,
Yep.
on the run in front of a full house and drill it from
Yeah,
the
well-
same spot? I just don't understand.
well,
I'm glad you touched on that though because
Like,
it could have.
How did you even conjure that up?
Well, I knew that I didn't. The distance was a bit of an issue in the first one. There was a bit of wind, and I don't know. I just ran in, and I don't know for some reason he came right. It was called play on. I think I ran out to the right a little bit, and
Yeah.
it was Grind Myers. I remember it, and then for some reason he came so high up. So then I just saw him.
It was
and I just did
instinct.
that. Yeah,
Just
it was
gave you a
bit
bag of
in-
lollies on
Like
the
I
way
didn't.
past.
Yeah. Expensive ones as well. No, I didn't plan on it at all as I was running in. He just excessively came up to smother it. Then I just said, see you later. But yeah, from then on, we started to win a fair few clearances in a row, and lucky enough, I was in the forward line at the time.
And they're just like, put this
Yeah,
man
literally
in the
just falling in
cage
my lap, yeah.
because we want him to kick his fourth.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've never had anything like that ever in my life. So, it was obviously a good debut, but we've come a long way from the start of the season.
I think at one point as well, the camera actually panned
Yeah,
to
probably.
your parents. And I don't know if your dad was just up and about crying because he was just so happy or what, or he just got so worked up.
He probably
But
it was all hitting him.
yeah, he was having
takes
like
a
a
lot.
hot flash. It was
Yeah.
beautiful though.
He takes it all in, the big fella.
does.
He's just, he loves his football. He
And-
likes football more than me, I think.
No, and just speaking on your family, obviously they've played an integral part in your journey.
Yeah.
Talk us through the impact that they've had and then how they also got through you moving across the country as well.
Yeah. They've obviously been awesome for me. The amount of drives and stuff like that, I'm sure it's like everyone, like the things that they have to sacrifice. You know, I've got 2 other brothers as well that played sports growing up, and my little brother's still playing, and just the little things that they would have to sacrifice, making those drives, all the food, just all the little things, to get me up, and all the advice and stuff like that. Like Dad got me into footy at a pretty young age, and you sort of need that. Like if I didn't have someone that got me into it, like maybe I wouldn't have liked it. And Mum, the other side's sort of like that person that's always there for me, and when I had a bad day, or she'd take me under. So it's forever grateful. It was pretty difficult for me to move over.
Yeah.
Obviously I was all right, and Dad's, tries to be pretty serious. It would have been tough for him as well. But, yeah, I think Mum took a little bit. I think she's still adjusting. We have to call her a fair bit, otherwise I get a bit of feedback. But, they've been so good. They're so happy with the club and the way they've taken me under their wing. And, they couldn't be happier. So, it's been great.
And you've moved into a host family since coming over there. How's that? You hopped around a bit. You're in with Chuck. You're still with Chuck, I believe?
Yeah, no, Chuck's just moved out a couple of weeks ago. Chuck moved around. He was in a couple host families. He was lucky enough to move in with me. We're just in Mosman Park, so...
just in Mozzie Park.
Just living the life in the...
Just living in the GT.
They call it the GT, the Golden Triangle. So.
Just signed on a couple more on them in Mozzie Park. In a 5-story house. You're not going too bad, are you?
So me and Chuck that's how me and Charlie Nichols got quite close. We're living together. I couldn't be more grateful with the two people that have taken me under and their family. They're so great for me, and I'm loving my time there. So I've been very lucky.
Have you had any moments where you've copped a bake from the hosties for just a little slight slip up or anything like that? Oh yeah,
a little bit. Like there's a couple of times where nothing bad. Like a couple of times where I've left the garage open, or I've left all the lights on, had all the TV on and all the electronics on, and she's come home from a weekend away and all the dishes are in the thing. So I think I got a little bit too comfortable. So she sent me a long message there. She's been so good for me. She treats me like I'm one of her kids, and she hardly gets angry at me. I get it pretty good, and
good.
Tex, the dad's been he's been great as well. He's like me, a bit chill, and they're awesome. Been great.
So good. And recently we heard that JL has given you some advice with your goal kicking routine. Since this chat, you've kicked 8 goals straight. What was the advice?
Obviously started the year by kicking a fair few goals, and then for some reason with my set shots I was just going pretty wayward, and JL he initiated and grabbed me and just taught me his old routine, and it's nothing serious. It's just a couple simple steps, and
and it's worked.
Since then it's been going pretty well.
It sure has. But righto, that's enough footy talk. We need to get stuck into some of this good stuff that we've got.
Because we were talking about your mum before, and she kindly answered my phone call this morning and has sent me some dirt on you that the fans and us really want to talk about the most, I would say.
Yeah. You're pretty happy with your first cricket box purchase?
The best part about this is your mum sent a photo in, which we won't share, don't worry. But now we've all seen you, again, however old you were, in your jocks with your cricket box in.
Thought it made me look like I had a pretty big package at a young age.
Speaking on that, at a young age, I don't know how old you were, but you always loved your tan. You're obsessed with your tan. But his brothers used to wear boardies to the pool, but Murph had a love for funky trunks / budgies, which they look like rectangle jocks.
Oh my God.
All rainbow
Just
coloured.
Give you the life story.
Here's this 7-year-old pretty happy with his tan, his funky trunks, rolling around a pool party.
Yeah, no, for some reason I had a real big stage of funky trunks. I had to get all these colours.
We got a photo.
All these colours, and I love the tan. You got to embrace it a little bit. But
no, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. A few of the boys think I like to get in the solarium, but...
Well, I guess when you're in Melbourne, though, the sun's like never out. So when it is, we've got to make the most of that opportunity.
100%. Em gets it, so... But
the funky
trunks,
She's even put anything to get a better tan with a sun emoji.
Unbelievable, you are,
Jesus, you can't ask my mum anything because she just gets so into everything. That's one thing.
The last story about you is you're a horrible driver. You're doing go-karts one day, called into pit lane, and all the boys in front of you have pulled up. And old Murph just decides I'm going to go through it full steam ahead. He's taken a few mirrors off, zigged and zagged his way through pit lane.
Lost control of it. This is like when I'm all 8, 9.
No, your mum said you're 11. You're 12.
No, she said you were 12 years old.
Oh, okay. Can I point out, go-karts don't go 150 k's an hour. It's probably going max 20. So
probably
how have you lost control of it?
Probably they had a special one, so they're about 50.
Okay.
No, like the actual go-kart, they go about 50. Man, for some reason I lost control and I just forgot I had a brake. And there's all these parked ones. You keep going on the track, and then off to the right there's like where you stop and you go and park it. But there's like probably 30 parked ones all in a line. And I've just gone through the middle of them and just kept driving and just taken the mirrors off the wall. Somehow I haven't broken my neck or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was at my older brother's. It was like one of his birthday parties or something. And I've just intruded it and just made a huge entrance.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, no injuries, but a few broken
goodness.
go-karts. But yeah, no, definitely.
And I guess just with birthday parties, we've seen that you're quite a good dancer. I don't know if you bring those moves out at birthday parties or just at the end of school last year.
Oh my God. Nah, I'm not a great dancer. I just like to have a little boogie in the gym every now and then.
And a few TikToks maybe?
This is so ridiculous. I've just come on here to just...
to be...
Mate, I don't
even know what TikTok you're talking about. Well, you have to show me. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's horrible.
How has she got her hands? Mum got her hands on that. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
We'll put it in the bio for the viewers.
Yeah, get it a few views. It's not even my video, so...
I think the worst part about that is it actually is last year because you are...
Yeah,
so you can't lie about your age here.
No, that's last
He
year,
was
yeah.
6. He was about 6.
But anyways, we absolutely love this part of the podcast.
Yeah. Am I taking it or are you taking it?
Oh, sorry. I was actually talking about what we just spoke about. So
Oh,
thank you for sharing.
Just hold
That's
on, mate.
fantastic. But I will pass over to my colleague for the next section called Getting Defensive.
I don't like Freo. I've never liked Freo.
Nah, that's a
There's a lot of feedback on Twitter,
I know
so
you do.
I don't. I'll take
It's all
that
tongue in
back.
cheek.
Okay, so Murph, this is just a little bit of a quick fire questions. I'm about to start. Ready? There's no more lead in. Favourite coffee order?
Mocha.
Favourite board game?
Monopoly.
Again. Name another team you follow in another sport.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Favourite AFL player you used to watch growing up.
Dustin Martin.
Favourite subject back in school.
PA.
Morning person or a night person?
Night person.
What's your go-to pub meal?
Palmer.
Pub. Pause.
Favourite footy ground to play on?
MCG.
Do you face towards the water in the shower or away from it?
A bit of a change up. I'll change it up a little bit. I don't know. Like when I get in, maybe facing, and then as I get into it, face away.
Yeah, fair enough. Which celebrity annoys you the most?
Jason Tatum.
Yep, fair enough. What show are you currently watching?
What am I watching? I just watched. I don't know. I just watched a show, but I've gone blank right now. Like I'm not just gonna make up a show.
That's all right.
No, go another one. I'll come back.
No,
to that.
We're done.
We're out, mate.
I don't want to hold up the
That's
show.
all right.
Don't hold up the show.
That's
It's
all right. I
fine.
actually thought you were pretty impressive there, considering you're always laid back and
You
go
were-
at your own
you
pace.
did
It
sit
was
up in your chair.
Yeah.
I do want to touch
I
on
just
one
watched
though.
Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Like that whole
The
series.
Netflix doco.
I
Yep.
watched another one, but I can't think of it.
That's right.
That's one.
The
That's fine.
Gentleman. The Gentleman.
Okay, we've got 2 there. Perfect. And it wasn't that quick. Don't worry. We are going to go back, though, and filter through because I'm sick of people saying Monopoly.
Yeah. Do you actually play the board game?
Do you
or not?
play it? Tell me, how many times a year would you play it?
No, I'm not a big board game man.
Oh,
but
so it was a go-to answer.
no,
Got our first
No.
liar.
Lie detector, beep, beep.
if you let me keep going. No, I played at Andy's a couple times. Monopoly Deal played on the plane.
Okay.
So about
So
6 months ago.
It's
at
my
Andy's.
no Monopoly Deal was played on the plane.
It's not
Yep.
a board game though.
It's
It's a card game.
I'm classing it. That's fine.
yeah.
You've
I'm-
justified it.
What's a board game you play, mate?
I don't play any.
Yeah, well, that's the question.
I didn't answer it with Monopoly, did I?
He's the question master.
Don't back chat the question master, mate.
Oh, okay. Wait, we're done. We're off the Monopoly is the closest last.
No, you've justified it enough. That's
Yeah,
fine. It's
yeah.
more, our theory is people get in here and they just go straight to saying Monopoly because there's just nothing that comes to
It's a
mind.
pretty common. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
And-
little bit that. I can't lie. It was a
Yeah.
little bit of that one.
Touch on your favourite pub meal again. What was that?
Oh, here we go. Palmer.
Oh, okay. I just had to double check whether you said it like a WA person or not.
E.
So he's not quite there yet because we
Palm-E.
say palm-e.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't read into the debate too much.
How's
And
it-
also,
how's
what are
it
the
spelled?
thoughts on ham or not ham on the pummy?
You got to have ham.
You have to? No, I'm just checking. Like, some people are
with
just...
cheese. What's the point?
Oh, with the red sauce as well.
Yeah.
Still just a snitty ham.
No, with the ham. Yeah,
Got
perfect.
to have ham.
Just checking. The shower one really stumped you. You went backwards and forwards with that one a little bit.
Change it up.
Is that how I said it?
He's just casual. He's a casual man. What he's feeling at the time.
What, you just get straight in and just face one way the whole time?
Away. I'm away.
The whole time?
Whole time.
I think I'm towards.
What if you're like... Okay, we don't probably need to talk about how we're facing the shower.
No, well, I think it's good. It was more. We don't need you to elaborate on it.
Yeah.
We just wanted a clear answer.
Yeah,
we
sorry.
both gave you one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my bad.
All right, and we'll quickly move on to our last segment, and that is the McFarlane Medal.
Oh, Luke McFarlane right on half-time. It's McFarlane! And leaping McFarlane!
So, Murph, this section of the podcast, we like to highlight the best defensive act, moment, play that has just occurred from the weekend's game. So, if you can think of one,
Yeah.
we've both got ours ready. But if you're ready to go, we want you to nominate someone or multiple people from the game just gone.
Drizzy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he had plenty of efforts on the weekend where he put his body on the line and got the fist in. And, yeah, I've got one that comes to mind where he got in front of Will Setterfield and
Yeah, it was so good.
went back with a flight. But, yeah, that's just one thing, and that's what you get with Nathan.
Do ya?
He always puts his body on the line, and, yeah, you can always count on him for it. So that's my
Love it. I think it was good. I will pump him up for that. I never really give him much, but when I do see a 1%er like that, the only critique I have is there was one on Dersma inside forward 50 that he went with the open palm and he didn't get... My mum always says 2 hands for beginners or you go with a fist, and I think that's a fair statement from Michelle. And
Yep.
he let him take a mark and he got a goal. But no,
he's a good man.
love it. So that is probably the perfect example of like a trademark if it doesn't get a stat for. George, do you have one?
You go, because he just pinched mine. I want to go. I'll think of another
Okay. I've got one. It was late in the second quarter. Ball gets switched across the ground and you had Vossi, Chase, you had JT come in and you had Freddie come in.
Yeah.
They are 3 forwards all coming in, ended up getting McGrath holding the ball, and then JT got rewarded for it. But it was those 3 forwards and their pressure act and things that we love to see, obviously, in the forward half of the ground and things that obviously you'd be proud of as well, Murph,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
probably got
definitely.
pumped up in the forwards meeting too.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're thinking of. I think that did get showed in the team meeting.
Love
and,
it.
So, yeah, it was great effort from those boys.
Yep, cool.
No, I've got one. I won't mention opposition players' names, but we had a few targets to go after that like to get the ball in their hands and overlap run a little bit. And, you know, this was the last quarter where the game was pretty much dead. And Andy chased out and actually affected a kick, won us a turnover with a couple of minutes to go.
Love it.
Which, you know, when you're up in front, you sometimes wouldn't err on the side of doing it. You just make sure you can't get there. Well, I don't, but neither does Andy. And I just... No, well, you know what I mean? It's sort of
I know what you
like when
mean,
the
yeah.
game's over.
Yeah, he could have
you
easily
can-
just said
you can
whatever.
Just take your foot off the gas a little
Yeah.
bit and make sure you don't hurt yourself or something like that. But no, I think Andy, that's the way he plays and that's the trademark he builds. So
Yeah.
it was outstanding.
Things you love to see and hopefully things that we will see this Sunday when the boys obviously play at home against St Kilda. Also, more importantly with this, it is Starlight Week. How incredible is Starlight, and obviously what are we doing as a club to support the Starlight Foundation, boys?
So obviously we'll get, the kids will come down on Thursday, be
Yep.
a part of main training, and get to hang out with the female and the male players, and then obviously game day they get to run out. And I just wanted to add that, this game is proudly presented by South 32. So, Bruce, it's your first Starlight
Oh, yeah,
game.
sorry, Bruce,
Yeah.
it is actually.
Yeah.
Your first
Sorry.
one.
Stitched you up here.
Yeah, no, let Clarky take that. But no, we learned about it this week and how much it means to them. And no, it's just awesome to be a part of it as a club. And Thursday will be great getting to know a couple of them and they can hang out with some of their hopefully idols. And hopefully it's a good weekend for them.
Yes.
And some of their battles and journeys obviously absolutely incredible and hopefully inspire you guys to play an incredible game on the weekend as well. So I encourage everyone to get down there and buy some Starlight merch. It's amazing. They have the stars on it. And make a fans pledge,
Yep.
please.
Anything, it doesn't have to be anything outrageous, $1 to whatever you can afford, but it just helps brighten up the lives of the sick kids who are doing it really tough. And, anything to put a smile on their face is pretty special. So I think the club's actually doing it really well.
Yep.
And that pledge is obviously based on every goal kicked on the weekend as well. So we hope to see Murphy Reid out there kicking another 4, 5, 6. But we'll take whatever, though. We'll take whatever.
Yeah. No, we need to bounce back. The Saints got a hold of us last time. So obviously we've got a bit to play out this week with, today we had main training. And, hopefully we'll get one back on the Saints.
Absolutely. So big week, and it's the Starlight game. Purple Haze game, might I say, on Sunday, 3:10 Optus Stadium. Be there and make your pledge.
Beautiful. Thanks, Murph. Thanks for being a part of
Thanks
this,
for
mate.
Thanks for having me on.
Our
Appreciate it.
privilege.